Badlands, running to Badlands. Explain those Badlands. That's a hell of a name.
I don't consider myself a conspiracy buff at all, but when they get a lot of coincidences, I get a little suspicious and call me crazy.
Endless polls, weird talk shows, crazy groups every Sunday telling you what you think.
The Republicans and the Democrats conspire with one another, which they do.
There is a conspiracy by big business against American democracy.
We know that there was a conspiracy.
There was a conspiracy.
There was no conspiracy.
Was there a conspiracy?
A communist conspiracy directed out of Moscow.
The right-wing conspiracy.
Communist conspiracy is a deliberate and predictable plan of action to subvert the world.
Right-wing conspiracy.
An international criminal conspiracy.
Vast right-wing conspiracy.
Great conspiracy.
And all these conspiracy theories.
Was there a conspiracy? I don't know.
Perhaps themselves even involved in the conspiracy.
There was a conspiracy.
No evidence
of a conspiracy.
Anybody would have to be a fool nowadays to dismiss conspiracies.
Conspiracy theory.
Cockeyed conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theory exists because there really is conspiracy.
But they never told a soul about it. In fact, they engaged in a vast conspiracy.
You get accused of being a conspiracy theorist, of being a paranoid.
The historical context of actual conspiracy.
A conspiracy of bad people.
As always happens at some point in a conspiracy. One night, Cousin Eddie got drunk in a honky-tonk and spilled the beans.
There was a conspiracy, and government was involved in it.
Conspiracy existing within the United States government.
There was a conspiracy.
A
conspiracy by the CIA.
The conspiracy of a few.
Dark, secretive, conspiratorial, evil.
Then it was certainly a deliberate conspiracy.
High-level conspiracy.
The do's and the don'ts and the rights and the wrongs of the various conspiracy theories that are good.
Possibility of a conspiracy. In a moral sense, I think it was a conspiracy.
One conspiracy, that's all I'm talking about.
Full of speculation, conspiracy theories, and the like.
And what's going on here?
You began to wonder what was really happening in America. I mean, was there a vast conspiracy afoot?
You know, there could have been a conspiracy.
Do you think you're obsessed with conspiracy?
Conspiracy theory.
A conspiracy.
I'm afraid you'll catch me. I'm afraid you'll catch me.
A conspiracy would do the job nicely.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Baseless Conspiracies. And I, for one, am extremely excited. I mean, I'm always excited about the show, but we're spicing things up a little bit tonight. But before we explain that, Zach, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing well, John. Doing well. I'm excited too. And I guess I want to know if, have I done anything wrong?
I don't think so.
To need to spice the show up. It's a joke, dude.
No. So, okay, I get what you're saying here. You're fired. I'm replacing Zach, everybody. No. Just kidding. But so Patrick, this last week. Okay, well, let me introduce our guest for tonight. Patrick Gunnell.
Hi there.
What a lovely introduction by me. Okay, so this all sparked, I think it was just this last week when Alex Jones went on his little Q-tards rant, and Patrick's like, I won't say exactly what he said, but he's basically just like, I should come on.
Well, it's Patrick, you can imagine.
Yeah, I should come on and do
your imagination run wild, and then add 20%.
I'm gonna come on and do an Alex Jones is actually Bill Hicks episode, and I was like, dude, let's do it. So we're taking a little break from our Red Scarf Murderer series, and we're going to do this because I think it's going to be a fantastic time. So, Patrick, how are you doing?
I'm great. I just teleported here from the year 2020.
How was that?
It's the show I do with Chris Paul, Hindsight 2020, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, right here on Badlands Media. So I've had some time throughout the day to kind of put all my stuff into a quasi order of what order to talk about things in with Alex Jones. But I'm not the best at arranging things. So I asked ChatGPT, I said, what is the best order to put all these pieces of evidence to make it so that people will find it coherent? And it had all sorts of cool ideas. So I'm going to go by the order of stuff that ChatGPT says to put it in.
Awesome. So we'll get to that, and we'll get some context and stuff. But before we do that, I do have a nice little appetizer for you guys. And since Patrick's here, I'm going to have him read a Twitter thread. I think he's going to absolutely just adore it. But before we even get into that, we got to get a word in from our sponsors of tonight's show. So if you'll bear with me here, let me get these pulled up. First up, we got Field of Greens. We all have two ages, our true age and our biological age. Our bio age suggests how healthy or unhealthy we are inside. You want your bio age years younger than your true age. Let me tell you how Field of Greens is helping me do that. Field of Greens is an organic superfood fruit and vegetable drink, unlike any other. It's serious nutrition. Listen to this. Field of Greens was approved for a university study that doctors believe may lower your body's biological age. That generally means better health. Each fruit and vegetable in Field of Greens was selected by doctors to support vital body functions like heart, liver, kidneys, metabolism, and your immune system. Only Field of Greens is backed by the Better Health Promise, so at your next physical or checkup, your doctor will notice your improved health or you get your money back. Join me in better health with 15% off and free shipping. Visit fieldofgreens.com and use promo code BASELESS. It's promo code BASELESS at fieldofgreens.com. 15% off. And then our second sponsor of today's show, real quick, is EasyRx. Tonight's show is also brought to you by our partners at EasyRx. For more than 13 years, EasyRx is focused on your health by providing top-notch medications like amoxicillin, azithromycin, ivermectin, hydroxychloroquine, and all sorts of other antibiotics and other viral care medications. The ordering process is simple. The prices are unbeatable. Now's the perfect time to stock up on essentials for you and your family, especially with the election coming up, and who knows what's going to go down between November 5th and January 20th. If you want to rest assured that you and your loved ones are ready for anything, you need to go to badlandsmedia.tv/EasyRx, stock up on those antibiotics and other necessary medications to keep you and your family healthy. Make sure you use promo code BADLANDS for a 10% discount on purchases over $150. That's badlandsmedia.tv/EasyRx, promo code BADLANDS. We may just throw in a third sponsor, I anticipate, later in the show, Patrick. So
might happen. You never know.
You never know.
Badlands.
All right, guys. I saw this tweet like an hour ago, and I couldn't tell if I wanted to cry or laugh. It was a little mixture of both, and I think you'll see why as we go through it here. This is our good friend Ben Shapiro.
Oh no! All right, how did you do this to me, John?
Because just by the time you get to tweet 4, that's where I like lost it. I was like, oh, he can't be serious right now.
Here we go. A thread from Ben Shapiro. If you were wondering what the legacy media would plan for its October surprise, wonder no longer. It's here. Today, I received the following text from a reporter at the New York Times. All right,
you probably should
check out the text. Good day, Mr. Shapiro. I hope you're well. I'm Nico Grant, a reporter at the New York Times. I wanted to give you an opportunity to comment for an upcoming article that takes a look at how political commentators have discussed the upcoming election on YouTube. We rely on an analysis conducted by researchers at Media Matters for America. Could you kindly provide us with a comment or decline to comment by end of day tomorrow, Tuesday, October 29th? Thanks so much for your time. Here are some points we plan to include. Media Matters identified 286 YouTube videos between May and August that contained election misinformation, including narratives that have been debunked or are not supported with credible evidence. Researchers identified videos posted by you in those 4 months that contain election misinformation. We feature a clip of you saying, quote, "Your party rigged many of the voting rules in advance of the election in order to ensure an extraordinarily high number of mail-in ballots, ballot harvesting," end quote. I also have a few questions. 1, are you a member of the YouTube Partner Program? 2, if so, how frequently does YouTube demonetize your videos? 3, has YouTube sent you messages, emails, or notices in the last year that your content contains misinformation? Thanks for your time.
Okay, and then he continues. We probably won't read the whole thread. It's like 10 tweets long, but you'll sufficiently lose your mind here shortly.
What precisely is NYT doing? It's perfectly obvious. Using research from Media Matters, a radical left-wing organization whose sole purpose is destroying conservative media, see below, in order to pressure YouTube to demonetize and penalize any and all conservatives 1 week from the election. Sounds right, right?
I mean, they've been doing that for years. My
point.
My confusion comes in that they're going after the Daily Wire when Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire explicitly stayed away from anything that was true in regards to the election steal of 2020. And
he gets to that. He says that here.
Yes, and everything that they say now is explicitly allowed within YouTube's own rules. I mean, I don't think he said anything about even the manipulation of the rules until YouTube took the cap off of people even talking about this stuff.
Well, let's just read through part 4, and you'll see.
Okay, go ahead.
That's the entire game here. Run an article in America's most trusted newspaper that declares pretty much every major conservative a purveyor of misinformation on YouTube, thus strong-arming YouTube into taking action against conservatives. 4. This isn't about election misinformation, obviously. As pretty much everyone knows, I have always acknowledged that Joe Biden won the 2020 election, and if it is election misinformation to point out the rigging of the voting rules for election 2020 resulted in massive mail-in voting and ballot harvesting, then the New York Times might want to talk to the New York Times and CBS News, for starters.
Yeah, we can. He goes on and just keeps complaining about how this, like the October surprise is the New York Times going to write a hit piece on Ben Shapiro for election misinformation. And I just think it's so fucking funny that all of a sudden he's concerned about potentially being strong-armed by YouTube or whatever to be censored on there when he's been there for 4 years. He's been there for 4 years, and he admits that he thinks Joe Biden won the election. Like I could not believe he actually put this into tweet form. Couldn't believe it.
At this late date, he continues to say that shit. Now, we actually had I think it was that scumbag Kurt Schlichter saying things like, yeah. The election was rigged because they changed the rules beforehand. Nothing to do with manufacturing fake ballots.
Yep.
By the literal truckload. No. These people all work for the same damn mafia. Ben Shapiro, Kurt Schlichter, the New York Times, Alex Jones, they're all part of the same cabal. And when Nico Grant from the New York Times says, I'll tell you something there, Benny, I sure would like to know how often your videos are demonetized on YouTube, considering what a misinformation little leprechaun you are. It's the same mafia kind of keeping their toadies in line.
And that number is probably
making
0.
Shit up because everything about him is freaking gay.
I actually believe that this probably happened. I mean, they already took anybody off of YouTube that was willing to talk about this in an honest way 4 or more years ago. And anybody who, could be picked off in the meantime was. Ben Shapiro obviously is not getting demonetized by YouTube. I mean, he's a big money maker. I mean, they've got the approved conservative lanes and they've got the approved liberal lanes. And YouTube is making just as much money off of each of them. So Media Matters would like to take them out, obviously, because they're saying something other than what the liberal lane is saying. And that way they can attempt to effectuate a full Harris psychological operation win on November 5th and force people into believing that perhaps this is a future that might actually exist in reality, when I don't think it's possible.
Yeah, Daily Wire is just I'm losing my respect. Like I had very little respect for them to begin with, and then after a Nazi tweet from Matt Walsh the other day, I think I showed both of you. Did I show
no,
you that?
I haven't seen that.
I remember on Devolution Power Hour, Matt Walsh said in 2016, he said, if this were the 1930s or something like that, Trump voters would be the ones voting for Hitler or something like that.
Yeah,
did he really? Wow.
Yeah, I can show you the exact tweet, but I went digging a little bit and I found like a lot more from him back prior to. Yeah, here's the actual tweet, Zach, that he did. But then I kept digging. So February 20, 2016, I kept looking and look at another one I found.
Has any politician since Hitler had as many actual Nazi followers as Donald Trump? And then he's quoting like this Kreuzritter Velat, Breitbart News, Ben Shapiro. Does Ben Shapiro have a ridiculous have a ridiculous fetish for hating anyone that has a chance of saving the white race?
And there's another one here.
Who did Matt Walsh support in 2016?
Anybody but Trump. Like there's I found multiple tweets. I'll send these
Matt
pictures.
Walsh. Wow, buddy. No, this woman is not a leftist activist. She's an actual Trump supporter, actually doing the Nazi salute.
Actually, I think that truly is a leftist agitator. That's that woman that shows up to all of those rallies and events, and she was there. She was present at all of those the Hamas protests and the takeovers in the spring.
So funny. You know, I first noticed at Charlottesville, which I did not attend myself, but watched every minute of on YouTube. I was dialed in.
Did you watch Son of Nemo, I think his name was? He was a lawyer. Okay, well, he did some amazing breakdowns. He had to take everything down because they came after him legally.
I watched Brittany Venti and James Alsop.
I remember them.
I do too.
Yeah, Brittany's still around.
Is she really good?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, there were just dudes showing up with Nazi flags.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought to myself, what? Why? What? What do you... You're trying to unite the right? Naive. I was naive. It didn't occur to me at the time that it was just Fed boys.
Yep.
Sent there by the powers that should not be to ruin everything. That
100%.
Richard Spencer was not a well-meaning young man who just wanted a white ethno-state, which doesn't make any. There is no white nation. There's just there. You know, you could have an Irish nation. That's a white nation right there. But you can't have a white nation. There is no white nation because there's no black nation. That's one of the other things. Nation means tribe. Anyway, beside the point. I found out way back then, they were Fed boys. And Ben Shapiro spurging the fuck out after Charlottesville and deliberately like glomming on to, well, obviously everybody at this rally was just tiki torch waving Nazis, and anybody who thinks there were good people here is crazy. It's like, okay, Ben Shapiro, you just red pilled me, you filthy little scumbag. Because that was the moment I realized, holy shit. All those crazy conspiracy theorists talking about controlled opposition are right, and I'm naive. Everything changed that day because of Ben fucking Shapiro.
And it's important to call that stuff out. I have like multiple screenshots. We don't even have to read all these. If you just want to like pick one or two, Patrick, I have 5 of them.
Oh my God. Matt Walsh on Twitter. I really hope Donald Trump didn't actually rape his wife and rip out her hair. Terrible if true. Quoting the Daily Beast. Matt Walsh. We all know Clinton and Trump are awful people, but let's not forget that John Kasich is also a terrible, reckless, selfish human being. Matt Walsh on Twitter. I say Trump loses every debate because he's terrible, but he really did lose this one badly. Cruz and Rubio, clear victors.
Which one was he watching? I don't remember that at all.
Bernie is terrible. Clinton is terrible, but there's absolutely zero reason to believe Trump would be better. This guy's the worst of the worst. Matt Walsh on Twitter. The dumbest meme of the campaign season is that the people who oppose Trump are elitist snobs. I'm very middle class, and I think he's awful. Bro. Okay, whatever.
So here's the only caveat that I will give. I mean, I don't listen to Matt Walsh. So, I mean, I've seen obviously clips and stuff like that. I think that the documentaries or the movies that he's done clearly hold some value. But I mean, has he ever come out and said like, I was wrong about Trump? You know, I mean, or has he just kind of glazed over this part of his life?
Even if he did,
you have the memory of a gnat.
Even if he did, he proved himself to like his true intentions during the DeSantis situation because
he did.
He wanted DeSantis.
He was a DeSantard. That's right.
He was a distemp.
And that's the thing. Like there is no second answer here. It's been Trump since day one. I mean, you know, once you realized it, and especially after 2020, after that election was stolen, from November 3rd on, it's been Trump or bust. And everybody who jumped on that DeSantis bandwagon, especially with their prior history like this, where he's like, we didn't even get to the worst ones, and we don't have to, I won't make you retweets all night, but like it's bad, man. Like he's a wolf in sheep's clothing, controlled opposition, like you said, Patrick. And there are so many more of these people out there, and I think Alex Jones is one of them.
I think that's a good segue, by the way. I think that the way I would look at it, the reason I feel strongly about the Alex Jones is Bill Hicks fact, I believe it is proven. So I'm not going to to beat around the bush, I feel strongly about this conspiracy theory. It's not the fact that, as the speculation, accurate, I believe, goes, is that Bill Hicks faked his own death with intelligence agency help in 1994, came back 2 years later with some cosmetic surgery, possibly some vocal surgery, and he was now the right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. Because number one, I discovered how unbelievably difficult it is to research, how unbelievably suppressed a lot of this stuff is, how difficult to find some of the clips I've pulled are. I had to go on Yandex to find anything worthwhile.
Well, that's the only search engine I use.
Right? It's just crazy, right?
I love Yandex.
But it's not like you can't find stuff on Google.
Yeah.
But it leads to intentional dead ends.
Right.
So there's something special about the Alex Jones's Bill Hicks conspiracy theory, not because it's true, and I believe that it is. I think I know that it is, but because of how many layers deep in the conspiracy world you have to go before you actually find creators, influencers, whatever, who will even touch this conspiracy theory. I'll give you an example. I did an interview with Dave Weiss, friend of mine, great guy, love him. The Flat Earth Dave.
Yes, good guy.
He shoves aside the Alex Jones's Bill Hicks conspiracy theory.
I mean, that's saying a lot.
Owen Benjamin, somebody I regard as one of my greatest influencers and somebody I respect enormously. He shoves the Bill Hicks, Alex Jones conspiracy theory aside. So it made me think to myself, what's going on here? What is it about this conspiracy theory that's scary?
Can I comment on that? Because, you know, as a longtime conspiracy analyst, I mean, I have my own opinion on it. You know, I don't myself subscribe to it. And I think that, you know, it may be because I knew who Bill Hicks was before I knew who Alex Jones was. And also, there is like a strong contingent of the conspiracy realm that goes all in on this as a topic, not just Alex Jones's Bill Hicks, but that, you know, this person is that person and this person is that person. And the people who will make up these graphics saying that, I don't know, like Prince Charles is, you know, some actor in Hollywood, and they'll just go over and over and over saying the same thing, that all of these people are all of these people at the same time. Yeah, it tends to be repetitive and unbelievable to me. But I am open to hearing you tonight, Patrick.
You know, Zach, I'm ecstatic that you brought up all those others. This person is this person theory. This person is this person theory, et cetera, et cetera. I'm not going to address a single one of them. And I haven't looked into any of them except for one, which I found extremely wanting. The Jim Morrison is Rush Limbaugh theory.
Whoa.
I'm not. No, hang on. Okay.
I thought you were going to say Joe Biden is Jim Carrey theory.
When I say no. When I say that I find it wanting, I mean it very specifically. I don't believe that Jim Morrison faked his death and then became Rush Limbaugh. I don't think it's true. Now, it might be true. I'm wrong all the time. But I just want to be very, very, very clear. I will not be advocating for any of those other theories until I feel that I know I'm right. When it comes to Alex Jones is Bill Hicks, I will, I don't know how else to put this. I know it's true. Now, it's because I've really kind of challenged myself to say, okay, dude, you can be deceived. This is not something that you can just instantly make true, because the evidence presented is going to be documentary evidence. It's going to be graphical evidence. It's going to be pictorial evidence. It's going to be testimonial evidence. None of these things is scientific evidence. I know the earth is flat because I can measure it flat. It's done. It's over. I know we don't have a vacuum for a sky because I can breathe. These are things that you can truly know. Knowing that Alex Jones and Bill Hicks are the same person is not that level of certainty. It's a little below that. So I am open to possibly being wrong, However, not really.
I'm very excited because I am like the most skeptical person on the planet, and I'm probably gonna push back on a lot of this, but when you get like all in on some of this stuff, it gets me nervous almost. Like there must be something there. So I'm excited. As long as there's no, if you show me one earlobe, I'm booting you off and never having you back. So that's the one rule: no earlobes.
It's funny that you say that, John, because there are different types of evidence, right? So there's evidence of saying, okay, there's physical similarities. Then, of course, there's the category of evidence that, okay, they have biographies that seem to indicate that they are the same person. They have personal and professional relationships that indicate that these people are the same person. There are discrepancies with the story, as Alex Jones, the guy who I call Bill Hicks, Agent Hicks. I can't prove he's an agent of shit, but I can prove that they're the same person. But that they have the same best friend, same dude. They both work for the same production company.
Wow.
The age problem. And John, when I talk about the age problem, it's a big problem. Let's start off with who Bill Hicks was. Okay.
Well, can we actually start before we even do that? Let's show this clip of him calling the Q-tards thing, and can we comment real briefly about like why they would even do this, like the controlled opposition aspect, and then get into proving it, because I don't think people understand. And I know we talk about this a lot, and sometimes I think we gloss over the fact of like why intel agencies or anybody in general would place somebody that they can fully control in there to make the rest of us look bad or divide the movement over certain things. Like, I think it's an important topic to discuss. And then you can like, so once we know like the why they would even do something like this, then you can like show that they did it. You know what I mean?
I think also there are people in the audience who don't know who Bill Hicks is.
So, I'm going to get to all of that.
All right. So audience, you heard that. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get to all of it. But first, this is the thing that kicked it off this week. It was this clip from Alex Jones that says, "Will the CIA-controlled Q-tards affect this election?" And guys, this is his 6th month straight of his last show ever. He's been shutting down for 6 months. One of these days, it's finally going to happen. But this is what he said. This is how he. This is about 10 minutes into the show. It's about a 1:30 clip.
To all the resistance people, I mean, Joe Rogan, Elon Musk, Tucker Carlson, Trump, J.D. Vance. I mean, you know, I talk to them. I'm in meetings physically with them, and I go to dinner with these people, and I talk to everybody else. And then I'll see Q-tards attacking me on X, going, "Jones isn't really with Trump; he's an operative." And that's leftists posing as this Q thing to sow dissension in our ranks. And remember, Biden was going to be executed on January 20th, and Trump would really be in, and they're literally fought, and that's one reason Trump lost. He actually won by a little, but so many people believe the Q thing that they didn't go out and vote because, oh, we're invincible and the feds are good and the white hats and all this. And it's like a comic book thing for people that have woken up, but they don't have any facts. And so they just want to believe something that's esoteric. And that's human nature with some people, because with some types of people, maybe 30% of people on average, there's been studies done on this, that they'd rather see the Virgin Mary's face in a piece of toast or a cloud than actually read the Bible. You know, they want esoteric. They want a rumor rather than, here's the document for martial law, and here they are saying they want a race war. We better get out and stop this. They just, oh, I heard this is going to happen, because people like a rumor rather than something real.
It's the comment that the Q people lost Trump the election that really like just it's the stupidest talking point I've ever heard. And we've heard it about devolution too. Badlands got accused of this at the beginning. Because people watched our program, they stayed home from voting, which is the stupidest fucking thing you could think of. And it's shit like that like he's doing this stuff for a reason. So why do you guys think they would take somebody, a Bill Hicks, who we'll get to in a minute, fake his death, turn him into somebody else, and place him at front and center of the conspiracy movement, like very early on, before like the conspiracy really blew up? I mean, he has exploded, and he's the guy who became the target of that massive $1 trillion lawsuit, which that's them like basically saying you can never, you know, question anything again, otherwise we're going to sue you for trillions of dollars. Like the whole thing is just laughable. But what's your explanation for that, Patrick? Like, what is the why?
Ooh,
And I know you
why?
I know you hate that question, but
It's
Well, he don't forget, he also basically replaced Bill Cooper. Like Bill Cooper was murdered in his driveway by the IRS, and then Alex Jones was there to basically sweep up all of those listeners that were lost when Bill Cooper was killed.
so I think yes, maybe Zach. I'm not claiming that.
I am.
Well, good for you, and I respect that, and I think it's a perfectly valid thing within the scope of a different discussion. However, I run the risk if you muddy the waters of what the claim is here. I run the risk of people not receiving the message because I don't know that Alex Jones is even a bad guy. I can't prove anything other than that these two dudes are the same dude. Now, John, you just asked me the question, why would they lie? Which is essentially what you're asking right now.
and I know you hate that question.
I do, because it also muddies the waters. And to answer your question, I have no fucking clue. But
I figured
I could always speculate, and I refuse to.
Can I give you any data on why I believe that?
Believe
why that Bill Cooper was killed and Alex Jones.
Zach, here's the thing. Can you prove it?
Oh, well, okay. I mean, I can. I mean, so Bill Cooper was like the guy in terms of, this space. All right. And before Alex Jones made his, classic prediction about Osama bin Laden being blamed for 9/11, Bill Cooper had actually done it first. All right. And Alex Jones was rising up in local Austin radio. He had kind of been trying to glom on to Bill Cooper, and Bill Cooper had him on his show, and he wasn't impressed by him. And he essentially kind of, told him that he was a clown, and they got into a public spat. And very shortly after that, of course, Bill Cooper had already said that Osama bin Laden was going to be blamed for 9/11. 9/11 was going to happen. He predicted it first. And then shortly after that, we have Bill Cooper being murdered. And then Alex Jones was there basically to be the heir apparent to Bill Cooper.
Did Alex Jones murder Bill Cooper?
No, I don't think Alex Jones did. And I'm not saying Alex Jones had anything to do with it. But if the supposition is that Bill Hicks was turned into Alex Jones to be inserted into a movement, they've created an opportunity. There's motive control. Opportunity is the death of Bill Cooper, and the vector is Alex Jones via Bill Hicks.
Okay. I do agree with what you're saying. However, I can't prove it to the extent that I feel that I can prove this, and that's why I'm shying away from all ancillary theories.
Okay, all right.
The Bill Cooper stuff is incredibly important, but it's not necessary to prove what I'm about to say.
No, it's not. It's not. I was more saying this to John earlier about, in regards to somebody being inserted. I see that as an opportunity.
After you've made your case, will you maybe speculate on why?
I'll speculate like a freaking mofo, dude. I promise.
Okay, so we'll let you do your thing.
Yeah.
And then we'll do some speculation.
Let's start with this.
You can share your stuff, right?
I'll share the Wikipedia article because that's all I'm doing right now. It's going to be William Melvin Hicks. Okay, Bill Hicks. This is very important. Date of birth. Okay, December 16th, 1961 to February 26th, 1994. So the claimed timeline is that he died when he was 32. He was an American stand-up comedian and satirist. His material, encompassing a wide range of social issues, included religion, politics, and philosophy. He was controversial and often steeped in dark comedy. At the age of 16, Hicks began performing at the Comedy Workshop in Houston, Texas during the 1980s. He toured the U.S. extensively and made a number of high-profile television appearances, but amassed a significant fan base in the U.K., filling large venues during his 1991 tour. He also achieved some recognition as a guitarist and songwriter. Hicks died of pancreatic cancer on February 26, 1994, at the age of 32. In subsequent years, his work gained significant acclaim in creative circles, particularly after a series of posthumous album releases, and he developed a substantial cult following. In 2007, he was number six on Channel 4's list of the 100 greatest stand-up comics and rose to number 4 on the 2010 list. 2017, Rolling Stone ranked him number 13 on its list of the 50 best stand-up comics of all time. Now, I'm not going to evaluate his stand-up comedy except to say that I have watched a bunch of it, and he's not that great. He's okay.
It's more like a performance artist, I've always thought.
It's okay. Wasn't that funny? You know? But the most important thing that I just read to you is that he was born in 1961. So now I'm going to talk about Alex Jones. Presenting the Alex Jones Wikipedia. And I should share it. Okay. Alexander Emmerich Jones, born February 11th, 1974, is an American far-right radio show host and prominent conspiracy theorist. He hosts the Alex Jones Show from Austin, Texas, which is the longest-running online news and politics talk show and was previously broadcast by the Genesis Communications Network across the United States via syndicated and internet radio, et cetera, et cetera. InfoWars, you know him. You know all about him. Okay, so born 1974. I was born in 1976. So now I'm going to play a real quick little thing I put together. Oh, no, I'm going to play a video. This is the part where I get, kind of unreliable.
He just looks older than freaking 50 years old.
Well, let's look at him throughout his life, shall we? If I can find it, it's under downloads. It's for stream material for Jones Hicks. There we go. All right. So let's start with Home Skillet yapping with a young Joe Rogan. Can I play this? Will it play now? How do I make it play? There we go.
Gallagher? I never really watch it.
Listen to the
The guy with the curly hair? Yeah, it's the fruit. No.
Is this Alex
I gotta
Jones?
tell you the truth, I work so hard. No, but seriously, the point is, friends.
He's only 26.
No, but she likes.
Did you hear that?
He's only 26.
You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Can you rewind a little bit?
But who are they talking about? They're talking about Alex Jones?
Okay, so that's Joe Rogan with hair talking to Alex Jones in a bar. By the way, these clips are incredibly hard to come by. There has been a very impressive effort to expunge the internet from them. I am not the researcher that John is. So this is hard for me, okay? So we're going to go back a little and just listen to this, okay?
Huh? Gallagher? I never really watch it. The guy with the curly hair? Yeah, it's the fruit. No. I gotta tell you the truth, I work so hard. No, but seriously, the point is, friends.
He's only 26.
No, but she likes friends.
He's too young to know who Gallagher is.
No, I know 26. I know all the old from working, man. No, but seriously. Yeah, I'll show you. He's my D, got a camera. He wants to see my national. Now, this is an expired driver's license. Well, I saw the whole thing, or you wouldn't show the thumbprint. Yeah, no, I got that, bro. So race is.
No way.
Okay. That man was not 26 years old. Okay. Let's just start off with that. For that man to sit around and claim that he's 26 and not 38, it's insulting to my intelligence. It's insulting to all of your intelligence. So what we have so far is a discrepancy of 12 years with a dude I am saying is actually a very specific dude that he looks just like, who was born in 1961. And that dude at that time, by the way, looks very much like he was born in 1961. Okay. So at the very least, I want to establish that we have a serious age problem here. But
I can get on board with he definitely looks older than the age he's claiming to be. I can get on board with that.
So was Bill Hicks alive at that time when that was filmed? Do we know what year that was?
Okay, so that's another great important thing.
Yeah.
Remember, Alex Jones did not become a person that people knew as Alex Jones until well after Bill Hicks was dead. They didn't have any there is no recorded footage of an Alex Jones during an era when Bill Hicks was alive. It's mostly because they're the same person, but, we'll leave that. We'll keep going on that. But there are currently people out on Twitter right now saying, hey, $2,000 for anybody who can provide us footage of actual Alex Jones from like before 1993. Hook us up, people. So maybe some deep fakes out there, maybe, but whatever. Let's take a look at some of this other stuff, okay? I'm going to present another video clip that I put together using Camtasia. This video I entitled, How Old Is That Man? All right, Bill Hicks, date of birth, 1961. Alex Jones, 1974. 12 years and 2 months difference. Okay, how old is this man? So just look at this dude about to pop up. Is this dude 30 or is he 42?
He's claiming to be 30.
Is this dude 32 or is he 44? Is this dude 35 or is he 47?
I mean, I'm 34.
No, he's 35 according to the freaking records.
I know. So like,
well, I feel like we can't discount genetics or the presence of daily Big Macs. I mean, he certainly doesn't look like he's taking care of himself.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that is definitely one way of looking at it.
Yes.
Let's keep playing because now, let's see here real quick. Yes, of course. Is this man 39 or is he 51?
Yeah, he really does look 50.
Come on, dude. You can't discount genetics, really? That's what you're going with? All right, whatever. All right.
I was just playing devil's advocate, playing John tonight.
But I mean, technically, while he does look much older than he's claiming to be,
12 years.
We can't say that's definitive. Like
I didn't say it was definitive.
I know. I'm just saying, like, there could be explanations.
Sure, absolutely, no problem. All right. So now I have some clips that I put together. Oh wait, I got to go in the order that Chat GPT tells me to. All right, hang on. All right, 1 second. All right. Oh yeah. I got to go to physical similarities. All right. So the next part in here is a video that I made called Physical Similarities, but I'm really bad at tracking down files right at the moment. So how old they have this? Here, how long is this video? This video I entitled, They Have the Same Face. All right, here we go. All right. So sorry, bro. There's an ear that we're pointing at, so you're just going to have to deal with it.
I knew it was coming.
Right. Yeah, but however,
Well, go back, at least pause at the earlobes.
Oh,
at least
that's what I'm
pause
doing. All right. So look at these people's faces. I want you to examine the lines on the forehead, because what I'm saying, I am making this claim that Bill Hicks, at the age of 32, faked his own death and then had cosmetic surgery to alter. That's the claim, John. This is the claim I'm making. So just hear me out.
No, that was a sigh of like, holy shit, he might be right. That was that kind of sigh.
So can we at least admit that these two pictures side by side look like a dude who just had somebody work on his face to make him look a little different, but not really all that much?
At the very least, like I could say these two are related. Like these two are brothers. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I was going to suggest the same thing. Yeah, but because like do you look at the earlobe on the left, and it's like hollowed out. It's like the earlobe is almost enlarged on the right. And I'm just trying to think like how you would add volume. I guess fillers, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the resemblance is remarkable.
It's not a perfect angle either, but
no,
the hair part, like where the hair parts, that's like interesting to me too, because that's like the same exact spot.
What color are Bill Hicks's eyes? Are they
brown,
darker than Alex Jones?
They're brown. These are blue. He has blue contacts. He's been caught more than once without his contacts, and when they're not in, he's got brown eyes. So there's that. Let's take a look at a couple more of these little thingamabobs. All right, so now the resolution here is not exactly what you would hope it would be, but if you look carefully, you'll notice in this case we have Bill Hicks. There's the mold that you see on his double chin, and there is the scar you see where the mole was removed.
I see it. I definitely see that.
So I don't know. Just a thought. All right, now moving on.
And of course, Bill Hicks wears his hair a little bit longer, so you can't see the tops of the ears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And let's see. Let's keep on trucking. This is kind of slow. Oh yeah, identical chin scoop, etc., etc. All right, let's see here. Note, Bill Hicks, mark on the face right here. Bam, bam. These are pretty strong indicators of them being the same dude.
I mean, those two pictures look.
Mm-hmm. You know? So this is why I'm focusing on physical similarities right now. Because they're pretty darn amazing. You know? If you think of it as a dude who had some work done, but not really even all that much, and lovely brown eyes that Alex has here because he's not wearing his contacts.
Oh, wow.
So, you know, now I don't say that this proves it. I say that it sure does make it not seem like a batshit crazy conspiracy theory anymore, though. I will say that. And these dudes, they have the same fucking face. All right, so we'll keep that there for a second now. You know, one of the things that people use in forensics to identify somebody's identity, fingerprints, but you want to know what's almost, and some would say equally unique?
What?
A thing called dental records. Now, I don't have their dental records necessarily, but I do have pictures of their teeth. So let's take a pause real quick. And just think for a second. Notice that this, I don't know if you could see me pointing to things right now.
No.
But if you look at their actual teeth, which they're showing right now, look at the gap in the two front teeth. Look at the lower tooth line and I think you call that a bicuspid that is out of place at about roughly the same. Now, teeth shift over the course of your life, et cetera, but it's the same basic position of the teeth as well.
Wait, okay, so that's the one that's like, to me, is holy shit. Look, the one on the left side on the bottom, like that's protruding out. That's the same on both.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You would find that their dental records are close enough that you would determine that they're the same person, not brothers. And, you know, I think there you go. I wish I could speed this up a little bit because there's somebody talking a lot slower in the background, but.
Somebody talking?
Yeah. So what I did was I've just been going through videos and people are narrating over them. I'm just using the footage. So I re-recorded it in Camtasia and there you are. So you have this dental similarity as well. So the physical similarities are extremely strong. You have the teeth being the same. You know, look at these two guys right here on the bottom level, 27 and 26. And you want to look at 8 and 9, the two front teeth. And you will find them to be a pretty much perfect match, bearing in mind that they probably made some effort to alter his teeth.
Well, Alex Jones's dad is a dentist.
That is definitely what he says.
Yeah, that's
Wait,
what
hold
he
on.
says.
Leave that back up there for a second.
Okay.
I just want to look at this one here again, because that to me, I would say so far has been the most compelling thing you've shown is that tooth thing.
Okay. So far, remember the big stuff here. The fact that this dude who claims to have been born in 1974 clearly was not born in 1974. But was born but definitely looks like he was born the same year as Bill Hicks. That's very important evidence. And then, of course, the fact that they've got the same moles in the same spots, and now they have kind of the same teeth. And now when he accidentally didn't wear his contacts, blammo, same eye color. Okay.
Has there been any other like close-up pictures of him not wearing the eye contacts that look brown?
Yeah, it's all over the place.
Is it?
You can definitely track it all down. Oh, it's with great effort because when you actually click on the links that you find in Yandex, It's pretty funny, man, because they go to this video has been removed. This video has been removed over and over and over again. The effort to suppress this goes all the way to the Wayback Machine, and you go to the Wayback Machine. It's like, sorry, no, nothing found. No. We do have that this was constantly archived, but you can't see it. Good stuff. All right. So let me go back to ChatGPT. Will tell me now. Aha. All right. Now, here's another thing. I want to talk about something called Sacred Cow Productions. Zach, have you ever heard of Sacred Cow Productions?
I have heard of Sacred Cow Productions.
Okay.
Yes.
Did you know that Bill Hicks's comedy was as part of Sacred Cow Productions, and his producer was Kevin Hicks? I'm sorry, my bad. Kevin Booth. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that. I mean, I knew that he was part of Sacred Cow, but I don't know anything other than that.
They were besties. So I think I have let me just go to my little bag of tricks because I have it in here somewhere. Oh, dude, you know what? There's something I wanted to show you. Let me show you this real quick. This is Keith Olbermann, okay? I have to show you this. See, I've already screwed it up because I'm doing it out of order, but still, you can't miss this.
First on this date in 1961, Bill Hicks was born, the comedian so searingly insightful that had he had more time, he could have started his own church. His specialty, pointing out hypocrisy and inconsistency. He suggested once that the essential message of religion was eternal suffering awaits anyone who questions God's infinite love, and noted that maybe one of the reasons Jesus had not returned was that those who believed in him still wore tiny crucifixes around their necks, as if Jesus ever wanted to see another crucifix in a million years. Bill Hicks died at the age of 32 in 1994, but he's still being quoted and probably will be for several millennia to come.
He worshipped him like a god.
Secret, I thought somebody interesting was going to come along. One of the things that I did in my the waning weeks of my show was a segment called Bill Hicks is Still Ahead of the Curve. I'd like to add something to this. Your presence here confirms two things of great importance. Bill Hicks is alive and well.
Okay, that's that. That's all I wanted to show you from that. It's just a tiny clip. Keith, and I titled the video, Keith Olbermann of all people. Did you hear the degree to which Olbermann beatified this guy? He talked about him like a literal religious figure. I think that might have something to do with what's going on there. These people revere this guy, Bill Hicks.
To be fair, if you look at Keith Olbermann's Twitter lately, he's lost his goddamn mind.
I know. To be fair, yeah, he's lost his goddamn mind. What's coming? I think that the fact that this whole Alex Jones, Bill Hicks thing is so suppressed gives us, there's some insight that I'm missing as to why it's so suppressed. But the fact that Keith Olbermann is losing his mind, I think has to do with some kind of revelation of the fact that everything we see is staged, that all of these people, one way or another, are deceiving us. And the Alex Jones is Bill Hicks reality is something that will trigger that. Because the effort that has been made to suppress this conspiracy theory, which I regard as fact, has been extraordinary. More extraordinary than the conspiracy theory itself is the impressive and systemic suppression of it. Okay, let's see. Now let's talk about the real Alex Jones. Before Bill Hicks took on the role, there was a real dude. He was on the radio. His name was Alex Jones.
We're sick and tired of it. We stand for this country, and we will defend it. The United Nations is a tyrannical, authoritarian propaganda arm and military arm of international.
Hold on. That was Bill Hicks when he was Bill Hicks?
This is This is Bill Hicks playing Alex Jones. Okay? That's Bill Hicks playing Alex Jones. This is the narrative says that's Alex Jones. Okay?
Okay.
Now we're going to go back a couple of years to a dude who also called himself Alex Jones.
Well, you know, I'm
there he is again.
And I've said it before, because I do a half-assed job. People say I do a good job on my TV and radio show, and to tell you the truth, I don't. This is such a war. I should be devoted to this 12 hours a day.
And now remember, that guy's supposed to be 25. Okay? There he is.
In my arms, Yeah, that's Alex Jones, baby. All right. We're talking
No
about
way.
some serious issues today. We're talking about how they got us divided. It should not be front page news that Fuzzy Zeller said something racist, even though he's an old, fat racist. Who cares about an old, fat racist that says something about an awesome man, Asian African American, who's worth probably $100 million? Who cares about words? We're Americans. We're all together in this boat.
Yeah, man.
That's the same year.
What?
I don't think it was the real Alex Jones in 1997. That's not how it. The real Alex Jones is replaced by Bill Hicks.
So do you think the guy on the left is the real Alex Jones? Because it's less believable to me the better shape he gets into.
My claim is that these are two different fuckers, both calling themselves Alex Jones.
Okay.
They're definitely different people.
Yeah.
No way that second guy is the first guy. And yet, here we are. That guy on the left, that guy could pass for 22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or 23. That guy on the right, claiming to be 23, is a massive insult to all of our intelligence.
Kind of just massive generally, too.
Yeah. And he's chunkier.
Yeah.
All right. So
let's get that.
There's that one. Okay.
Actually, can we play that one? I'm sorry, but
yeah, of course.
I want to hear the voices. Like, I want to try to focus on the voices with this one because they're supposedly the same person.
We're sick and tired of it. We stand for this country and we will defend it. The United Nations is a tyrannical, authoritarian propaganda arm and military arm of international control.
Well, I'm mad at myself. And I've said it before, because I do a half-assed job. People say I do a good job on my TV and radio show, and to tell you the truth, I don't. This is such a war, I should be devoted to this 12 hours a day.
In my arms. Yeah, that's Alex Jones, baby. All right. We're talking about some serious issues today. We're talking about how they got us divided. It should not be front page news that Fuzzy Zeller said something racist, even though he's an old, fat racist. Who cares about an old fat racist that says something about an awesome man, Asian African American, who's worth probably $100 million? Who cares about words? We're Americans. We're all together in this boat.
It's hard because, man, that's tough.
What's tough?
Because I can kind of pick up on like the little I don't even know what you call them.
They're vocal intonations. I mean,
what are you trying to determine here? Whether or not these two clearly different dudes are the same dude? Because they're not.
Yeah, I mean, it's very difficult with this clip to like tell if they're higher, lower pitches or whatever when they're talking. You can kind of pick up some similarities in like the Alex Jones, the way he talks, but you could easily do that if you were acting as somebody. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I don't know. That's I mean, the look to me is like, okay, that's compelling. The voice stuff, it's hard to be conclusive with that. And especially like what happened to his voice over the years that he sounds like a freaking toad right now.
Oh, he did that. I mean, allegedly he did that on purpose to emulate I'm totally blanking on his name. He
Kermit
passed
the
away.
Frog?
No. The Rush Limbaugh. He did that to emulate Rush Limbaugh. To get that gravelly radio voice like Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh's voice was never gravelly.
I mean, he like actually swallow gravel to try to do that?
No. I mean, I'm not saying he wanted to sound exactly like him. He wanted to emulate him, but then turn it up a notch. I heard a specific quote of him talking about it in that way. That was his rationale.
Okay, so we're going to talk now about some really cool stuff. For example, the fact that people in the Patriot community, the InfoWars community, they seem to know what his real name is. I'll give you an example real quick. And you tell me what you think about this. So I'm going to play you. This is about 60 seconds. So Big hat tip to this guy whose channel on YouTube is called Caliber Hitter. He's only got 847 subscribers. I suspect he's rather suppressed. This is actually on YouTube, so check this out.
You want to share it?
Proof of guilt.
Yeah, and we just wrote this ebook, question of eligibility, question of eligibility, under my name, Jerome Corsi and Mike Zollo, Dullo. We lay all this out, just like we did at the press conference. Now, your question. Now, your question.
You hear that?
Yep.
Now,
No,
Bill,
did he call him Bill?
Yeah.
He called him Bill. Here, I'll play it back.
That's at least what it sounded like.
We lay all this out, just like we did at the press conference. Now, your question.
I thought he said, now your question.
Right. Now, Bill, your question.
Okay.
Fair enough. That's Jerome Corsi. There is, by the way, footage, according to Yandex, there's footage of Max Kaiser calling him Bill, but I've got more stuff, people calling him friggin' Bill. And let's, oh yeah, but that's in YouTube. It's on a notepad. All right. This guy, Steve Quayle. Play this real quick.
But that would imply like every one of these people is in on it.
Dude, I'm presenting that they're calling him Bill. That implies, yes, it definitely implies that Jerome Corsi knows who the fuck this guy is. Oh, shit. It's already been taken down. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Hang on. There's no way they've already taken that down.
This is not the first time this has happened. I have, on numerous occasions, put together resources for a show, and in between the time that I found it, draw attention to it, and then I go to pull it up on stream, it's already been removed.
Bro,
always, just for future reference, always, if you find something.
Never mind.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how this happened. It's fine now.
Okay.
Crazy. Okay. So it's both of them. So I'm going to skip past the Jerome Corsi part.
Well, let's listen to it again. Let's listen to it again.
You got it, bro.
Under my name, Jerome Corsi and Mike Zollo, Dullo. We lay all this out, just like we did at the press conference. Now, your question. Another universe and an alternate space, and quantum quagmire, Bill. Basically, quagmire, Bill. Basically,
I think if ESPN's going to go, there's a nuclear war.
Well, I got news for you. Where do you think the mainstream news is going to go, Bill? Where do you think the mainstream news is going to go, Bill?
Going back in time.
That's
All right.
2 bills, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, when I tell you, I'd almost like to give you a little sample of what it's like trying to pull this stuff down. So you may be familiar with my friend Eric Dubay, who is a genius, in my opinion, but he is also one of the world's most famous flat earthers. And back in the day, he wrote, there it is, The Atlantean Conspiracy. That's the Eric Dubay website. So even Eric Dubay came out and said, look, I considered this conspiracy theory to be completely insane. So this is his website, The Atlantean Conspiracy. And then, he writes this May 26, 2013. Alex Jones is Bill Hicks. And he says, he told a well-meaning commenter that it was, quote, the stupidest internet meme ever, to whom I must apologize and admit there is certainly much more evidence for this claim than I'd originally realized. Okay, so to begin with, Alex and Bill look almost exactly alike, and their facial recognition matches 100%.
Can you zoom in?
Yes, I can. Okay. So there's a link here. Their facial recognition matches 100%. Okay, I'm going to click on that. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Oh, wait, never mind. Next. Okay.
Check the Internet Archive.
Or send me the
I will send
link to this. And
you bet I will, John. You're going to love it because you're going to go to the Internet Archive, as I did.
Well, try the other one.
Is it not there?
You're going to love it. Just check it. Dude, you're better at this than I am. You're going to find stuff that I missed. All right. There it is. Private chat. All right. So it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, it appears Alex has had a nose job, a facelift, and gotten considerably fatter than Bill ever was. Alex definitely dyes his hair, and they have 2 identical moles on the right side of their necks, and even their teeth are a perfect match. I'm going to click this link because, you know, we got to find this. Oh, wait. Okay. Never mind. They are both famous, funny Texans who constantly talk about conspiracy and truther type subjects, and they're both very quick to frustration and anger. Alex being well known for his screaming rants, and Bill known for shouting down his audiences and even naming an album Rant in E minor. And there's some, you know, facial, you know, physiognomy, whatever you call it. All right, so this is just really good stuff. But there exists a video of Kevin and Bill in 1993. All right, so here we are. This is another part that I'm going to get to. Bill Hicks's best friend, cameraman, and producer, co-creator of Sacred Cow Productions, was Kevin Booth. Shortly after Bill's passing, Kevin became Alex Jones's good friend, cameraman, and producer. Bill, Alex, and Kevin were all 3 very outspoken and involved with the Waco, Texas Branch Davidian debacle, and there exists video of Kevin and Bill in 1993 outside the Davidian house before the final conflict, but no video of Alex. All right, so ready? I'm going to click on this video. Get ready. Well, fuck my life. All right. Anyway, by the way, I have all these clips. I just want you to know they're really, really hard to find. Okay.
Oh, so you're making me look for something that you already have?
Well, it depends on what you're looking for. Because if it's the facial recognition matches 100%, no, I could never find that.
Yeah.
The one where they have 2 identical moles, I only have pictures of that. I can't find that video. But as far as Kevin Booth and Alex Jones in front of the Branch Davidian complex, no, I have that video. It's just in the various clips and stuff. All right.
Yeah.
Moving right along. So that's Eric Dubay. He's really, really brilliant. All right. So here's another thing. You know, we all want to find out about Alex Jones's childhood, right? Because if Alex Jones did have a childhood, then it means he can't. Yeah.
Got it.
Hot damn.
Research. Some people say that this guy named Bill Hicks is Alex Jones.
Filming from a potato,
So I
clearly.
watched some of his videos and I watched the way he acted and all. What they're saying is, now what I did is I took the 2 images and I compared them to see what I found out.
Same shit. I showed you the picture of the
Evidently,
triangle.
he died in 93 or 94, and then Alex Jones came on the scene in 93, 94. Now, he used to say the same things. He called Jones.
Fast forward. You know what? I'll send this link to you, Patrick, so you can.
Thanks.
Because I figured if they did.
Yorko7 asks, Patrick, did you show Max Kaiser calling Alex Bill? No, I don't have that video. I only have testimony about it with links, and then those links go to dead links, and then I work on it, and I can't find it, so it's somewhere.
Which video?
The video where Max Kaiser, the famous unhinged Bitcoin maximalist, calls Alex Bill. Anyway.
I just checked my portfolio, and because you mentioned Max Kaiser, and Bitcoin just hit 71K.
Ooh. Hey,
Yeah.
badlandsmedia.tv/river. Get your damn Bitcoin.
All right. Yes, Eric Dubay was citing this video. So let's go to Sacred Cow. So the founder of Sacred Cow Productions has Bill Hicks. Then Bill Hicks supposedly dies. Alex Jones comes right back on the scene, still working with Kevin Booth, still covering the Branch Davidian compound, and establishing himself instantly as the new voice of American conspiracy theory at the supposed age of 22. Just saying. All right, next. Here's something. We want to know about Alex's childhood because, why? Because if we do find out about Alex's childhood, then we know that he can't be Bill Hicks, because if Alex Jones has a childhood and Bill Hicks has a childhood, then they can't be the same person, right? And that's what makes the so-called childhood pics of Alex Jones so ridiculous. So here's one. Another fake picture with another inside joke. Oh, wait, I got to share it. Sorry. This is supposedly Alex Jones as a child, a teenager. Andy Kaufman's character, Tony Clifton, appears behind the adolescent Alex Jones. These images were created for duping delight to enjoy their deception more by inserting a few inside jokes. So I would encourage the audience to try to find any pictures of Alex Jones as a child, find any documentation of Alex Jones existing before 1993. You're going to find misspellings, and you're going to find forgeries, and you're going to find bullshit. Now, this Tony Clifton is such a great inside joke. Why? Because who is Andy Kaufman? The dude who friggin' gaslights the world.
This is a picture that I came across earlier. Oh, that's supposedly Alex Jones as a kid. But that picture that you were showing here, this looks like that guy from the radio clip that you showed earlier. Like, he looks more like that guy than he does Alex Jones. You know what I mean?
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a great point. By the way, there's video of the real Alex Jones outside the Bilderberg meeting. He has great teeth, by the way. Is much better looking and is the right age. I found it yesterday, and I can't find it today. So bear that in mind.
I'm on it.
All right. Now, I'm going to show you something real interesting. This is a clip from Alex Jones talking about black and white television. And that is relevant because he talks about his own experience with black and white television. And his own experience with black and white television could be helpful in determining his real age. So listen to this.
People at a subconscious level almost believe entertainment and TV is real. They believe reality TV is real. It's some of the fakest television out there. Up until the time I was about 4, I thought that the world was black and white when movies were black and white. And then finally I was sitting there watching Gilligan's Island one day, and it was color. My dad said, "No, son, it's film. The world was always color." But the first season of Gilligan's Island was shot in black and white. A color film with Technicolor got cheaper by the second season. And then he explained to me about film cameras, and he had film cameras and was into photography then with my mother. We went and shot some fun home movies.
Okay. Now, what do we take from this? He's riffing. The guy talks 24/7. He's riffing, and he wants to talk about black and white TV. And he forgets the fact that saying that he was 4 years old for the first season of Gilligan's Island wrecks his entire backstory.
That's an interesting point.
Seems important.
Is there any alternative explanation for that? Like, probably not.
Well, let's see. Hang on. I could try
Like, did he
to-
just
I
get
was-
it? Did he really get into Gilligan's Island, you know, as a kid? It happened to be 12 years after the show actually aired, and so he just watched them consecutively through?
At that time, there was like 3 television stations to watch. And, maybe, plausibly he could have been allowed to watch television at certain points in the day, and maybe that was only when those older shows were playing and he just loved Gilligan's Island, or maybe he loved Andy Griffith or something like that. But, obviously I'm stretching here to make it fit the scenario.
Yeah, I mean, to say the thing that, what do you say? Like, I thought the world was black and white until, so he watched a lot of black and white until that one season, right? So, man, that's interesting.
Guy's claiming he was born in 1974. It's freaking nuts. And just recall who the dude was who was telling Joe Rogan, "Yeah, I'm 26. I just work hard." Okay, sure. So I want to get to something that I think that you're ready for, and that is what is a clip from what is supposedly, and I can't prove that it is, but we can recognize it as being Bill Hicks's voice. This is a clip from supposedly his final performance. His final performance, according to all the records, came on January 6th, 1994. It is said that he died of pancreatic cancer, something that doesn't kill 32-year-olds, guys. It's just shockingly rare for it to take a 32-year-old. That's not what 32-year-olds die of, but fine, whatever.
Well, maybe not in 1994, but definitely in 2024.
In any event. Well, fair point. Fair point, Seth. Good point. But first of all, this is supposedly what he said to the audience in his last performance. You're going to have to listen kind of carefully. This is Bill Hicks.
Than we imagine. In fact, that's how I pitched it to the networks. Exactly. I said, I'd like to do a show where I rid the world of all these fevered egos that are tainting our collective unconscious. And the guy at CBS said, will there be? And I said, sure. I don't know. Sure. Boom, a check falls in my lap. And I'm a producer. I never knew it was that easy. All these years I've been trying to write scripts and characters and plots and stories that had meaning. Will there be? Sure. Boom. I'm out. I'm a producer now.
In his last performance, his final performance, the one that was literally 7 weeks or 6 weeks before he was going to die of pancreatic cancer, he talks about, I'm a producer now. Boom, I'm out. I'm a producer now. Now, number one, did that sound like a guy who was about to die of cancer? No. Second, he just talks about a deal he finally got from from CBS. Boom, check drops in my lap. And bam, after all this time, boom, I'm Alex Jones. Boom, I'm out. Stops himself.
Sure, I don't know. Sure. Boom, a check falls in my lap, and I'm a producer. I never knew it was that easy. All these years I've been trying to write scripts and characters and plots and stories that had meaning. Will there be? Sure. Boom, I'm out.
To be fair, again, just playing devil's advocate here, somebody who does a lot of shows, like this is my 4th day in a row streaming a long show. Can't tell you how many times I've started to say a word and then change my train of thought mid-word to say something else.
He's got the same teeth, same moles, same age, despite lying and saying he's 12 years younger. He's got the same best friend, same production company. And he says right before his supposed death, boom, I'm a producer.
Yeah, the producer part, that's more compelling than the I'm out. Like, who knows what he was going to say there?
I'm out. I would think Alex Jones, because that's who the fuck he is. Now, granted, that is, I just begged the question.
Yeah,
I know that. Nevertheless, seems important. Same moles, same teeth.
the tooth thing, that's still most compelling to me, I think. That one tooth.
Standing in front of friggin' Waco with Kevin Booth, and then when Alex comes into existence, immediately goes to Waco. That's where he starts.
I mean, it's
there is a compelling thread to tug on. I do not deny it.
I can't deny it either.
Yeah.
Like if it was if definitive proof came out, like Alex Jones admitted it or something, I'd be like, okay, it made total sense. But I wouldn't say I wouldn't say it's completely
definitive
proven.
proof would be Alex Jones admitting it.
No, not anything he says I wouldn't believe anyway. But what I'm just saying is like it's a very compelling case. I don't think I can go as far as saying it's proven though.
Well, okay. How would you prove it? What would that need to be? Same teeth.
Compelling, but like it could still just be a coincidence. Like it's a picture of the teeth that look very similar, but that's not actual dental records. Like it's a picture of moles that like appear similar, but like it's possible that people have moles. Like it's possible somebody like put that mole on there in a Photoshop. You never know.
And even more than that, there are documented cases of people looking like they could be twins, but they're not. They're completely unrelated. And I mean, I've seen like, retrospectives, multiple people, these people look like they should be identical twins, but they're not. Like, I mean, there's only so many combinations of DNA that you can put together. And I don't know. I really can't account for it. It's a mystery of God.
All right, let's check out the voices real quick.
Okay.
Alex Jones has to disguise his voice. Does not detect.
I apologize for this terrible narrator.
It as Bill Hicks. Similarities.
Standing up against you, and the Republic is going to defeat you in the end. I want you to go find a fucking soul for all the kids you kidnapped for CPS, all you CPS workers, all you corrupt bureaucrats, all of you that have had your way with innocent children over and over again. Take her fucking out. Take her to somewhere that's good.
I covered this topic many times on my old channel, over and over. And this is how they stand. This is from a couple years back.
You're muted.
You're muted, Patrick.
That's all I wanted to show you about that. So you had Alex Jones screeching in Alex Jones' voice, and then you had Bill Hicks on stage screeching in Alex Jones' voice.
Yes, definitely. I will 100% give you that. Like that right there is far more compelling than
the teeth.
Well, no, not the teeth.
moles?
No. Bill Hicks's final performance. Like he didn't sound anything like Alex Jones to me there, but in those clips.
So what I'm seeing here is, and if you don't mind my observing, is that each one of you, the both of you, are looking at each piece of evidence and attempting to construct some hypothetical reality in which this does not prove definitively all by itself that Bill Hicks is Alex Jones. I would ask you instead to consider the totality of what I'm putting in front of you today and think of each one as having a probability. Say, for example, the teeth. What's the probability of their teeth matching that way? Call it 1 in 500. And then I want you to multiply them together like we're in probability class in 10th grade and see what kind of probability you can come up with that this is not the same dude.
I absolutely understand where you're coming from because virtually every week I ask John to take the sum total of the data points that I present to him, because I have oftentimes made my mind up based upon that totality of the evidence and suggest, I think that I'm comfortable saying that, this theory is in fact true. But my only role tonight is to play fucking, Harold's advocate, essentially, because I always am the one presenting the theories.
Well, that's right. That's right. Yeah. By the way, they have a weird little thing where they say that, oh, nope, there's a height difference. And that's how you know it's not the same guy. And no, they are the exact same height. I have some pictures that can prove it. I have Kevin Booth standing next to Alex Jones. I have Kevin Booth standing next to Bill Hicks.
Oh, yeah, let's see that. I definitely want to see that.
Boom. All right, so I present to you Alex Jones, Kevin Booth. Bill Hicks, Kevin Booth. Bill Hicks, Kevin Booth. Bill Hicks, Kevin Booth. They're approximately the same height. With Kevin Booth being a skosh taller. And so that was one of the, when I brought it up with Dave Weiss, he said, maybe, I don't know, but there's a height problem there. No, there's not. Same height. So yeah, that's dispensed with. Another thing that I have in my little bag of tricks. Let's see here. Dental records, same face. How old is that man? Mole, is this man 49? I have a really good one. Is this man 49? Let me just now you know that he doesn't look 49.
Yeah. I agree with you on the age not looking.
Yeah,
great.
definitely. Alex Jones looks way older than what is stated.
Yeah. Now, I just think you should know that I haven't gotten to everything. Like it's just this avalanche of evidence in favor of this theory. I consider it to be proven beyond a reasonable doubt. I think that the doubts do remain. I wouldn't put them in the category of reasonable doubt. I would put them in the category of outlandish doubt.
See, I would disagree because I am like an Andy Kaufman fan, and I, have gone down that rabbit hole on many occasions, and I, tend to believe that Andy Kaufman likely faked his death, and obviously the whole Tony Clifton thing, multiple people playing him at certain times, it totally could have been Andy Kaufman after his death. But I too don't think that we can conclusively state it because for me, it would require some like specific biometric to be able to say it. I agree with you, Pat.
You mean like dentals?
Well, I mean, I see, I would need better pictures of the teeth. I see similarities in the teeth, but that's why I brought up the fact that Alex Jones's dad was a dentist, because there is enough difference for me to say it's not exactly the same. It looks very compelling. I will 100% give you that. And I would admit that I am teetering on the brink here. But I'm just not comfortable saying that, I believe it's beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Patrick, did I say shadow of a doubt? I said reasonable doubt.
Okay.
However, I am totally with you and respect you refusing to just make the conversion right here on live on the air. I would never convert yeah, I would. I'm pretty rough.
Wait, I've done it before.
Patrick, what was the thing a couple power hours ago, where we were talking about you didn't think it was true because you couldn't be there to verify yourself or something?
I don't remember, but I do that. But just because I don't know for a fact that it's true doesn't mean I don't think it's probably true. I do that a lot. Like I say, well, I can't know it.
Yeah.
But I really think it's true.
See,
I do that a lot.
That's
the way
where
you phrase
I'm at
that,
on things. Yeah.
That's that was a much softer phrasing than what you used earlier.
Okay, so I would say that this is probably, in my opinion, proof beyond a reasonable doubt. I would describe it. There's very little that can be proof beyond all doubt.
Well, I mean, by that standard, we could put people to jail by that standard, right?
Yeah.
I don't think I could put somebody to jail based on this. Like, if I saw actual dental records that matched that stuff, I could, pictures of of teeth doesn't do it for me. There's enough here where I don't think it's beyond the reasonable doubt. It's it's super I would say it's more compelling than not, but I wouldn't convict somebody over it. You know what I mean?
No, I would. He's
line up against the wall,
straight to the friggin' gulag.
Shot.
Hey, I'm all about putting him in the gulag for other reasons.
Yeah, I will definitely say that
Alex Jones, but yeah,
hearing multiple people call him Bill, that definitely pushed me closer. Because there's no reason to call him Bill.
Yeah,
there's
but
no reason
would they have known him before? They must have, obviously must have.
All part of the same group they're part of the same damn theater troupe. They go on TV and they are controlled by intelligence. This part is more speculative, so I'm not saying I can prove this, but the framework that fits this is these are characters who know each other, who pretend to be these officials or they pretend to be these scientists, and they change roles, and they're just a big fat theater troupe, but they also happen to be an intelligence community.
Patrick, can I ask you to speculate on the why at this point? Can we go down that road? Because I think that would also help me maybe convict somebody here.
Okay.
If I understood a why.
I
need the motive.
It might be because there's a bloodline that, for one reason or another, compels the powers that should not be to put this particular dude in this particular spot to serve this particular role. There's no question that Alex Jones is incredibly good at what he does. There's no question that Bill Hicks is a profoundly gifted performer. And maybe they needed a profoundly gifted performer in the role of the controlled opposition of the truth community. Because that's what this fucker is.
I just don't get it. Like I have never understood the appeal of Alex Jones. And maybe it's because I came into the game late. Like I never knew who Alex Jones was until 2022 or 2020. I don't even remember when I first heard who Alex Jones was. And when it is like this guy is like saying a bunch of shit that is like you can't verify half of it, you can't verify any of it.
His purpose.
He sounds like
his purpose is to sound crazy. His purpose is to ruin the conspiracy theory movement. His purpose is to go on Piers Morgan and challenge him to a boxing match like a crazy person. That's his purpose.
That was the moment he lost me. Yeah. I mean, I remember being so like, here's the thing, John, before Alex Jones went on Piers Morgan and acted like a total lunatic, he had his radio show. It was nationally syndicated. You had prisonplanet.com, infowars.com. It was like the resource for information within like a certain category. All right. And he was listened by so many people. And it was before like there was like a huge like citizen journalist movement that had really sprung up because like social media wasn't like a huge thing. YouTube didn't come around till like 2008. And even then it took a while for it to catch on with people, creating content that had like a polish to it and a narrative. And then Alex Jones goes on Piers Morgan. I remember thinking like, this is it. This is where he's going to show up and he's going to prove to the world that he's not just some lunatic. And what did he do? He went on there and he acted like a fucking lunatic. Like it was totally unnecessary. And I was just like, I can't think of any reason for him to do that unless he wanted to discredit himself and anybody who listened to him.
Is this the thing?
Yeah.
I mean, this is only 2 minutes and I found other clips that were much longer. So
another thing is, John, we also have clips of Alex Jones saying to Kevin Booth while he's on the show, Kevin and I are old friends. And then he says, I really shouldn't have said that while we're on the air. And then he pauses and he says, oh God, the CIA is going to come and kill me now. Haha, you guys just, it's really, really, really compelling stuff. They're best friends, the same best friends, same production company, same face, same teeth, same mold, same voice.
I just don't understand, like, why have Bill Hicks do that? And like, couldn't you just
let me ask you a question?
Why couldn't they have just used Bill Hicks as himself to like go into this role?
Okay, this is great. This is very interesting to me. I want to analogize the reasoning you're going through right now. You walk into a room filled with dead bodies with stab wounds, bleeding all over the place. There's a dude standing over them with a giant knife. Both the knife and the dude are covered in blood. The detective comes in and arrests the guy, and you're going to the detective saying, I just don't see why he would do this. You should probably let him go.
But I think that would, I mean, we don't know the situation there either, but still, like,
the motive
I don't think we've gotten
this is immaterial to the body of evidence I have just presented.
But again, your body of evidence hasn't got me fully on board yet. And that's why, like, I feel like if I had an understanding of why they would do that, like, if
play this video and see what you think.
They're replacing, like, my train of thought here is
they couldn't do that with Bill Hicks.
Why though?
Because Bill Hicks was like the Jesus of the freaking left-wing resistance.
See, I have no familiarity with Bill Hicks at all. Like even people saying like Bill Hicks is Alex Jones is Bill Hicks.
Just
like, interesting. I have no idea who Bill Hicks is.
So he was a shit comedian who wasn't that funny. Now, the reason I say he was a shit comedian is because he wasn't funny. Now, they come back at me and say, well, he was more of a performance artist. But in my opinion, when you go up and get introduced by Rodney Dangerfield, you're up there to do stand-up comedy. And then when you're not funny, then I guess you just call yourself you call yourself a performance artist. But this guy was so respected by far left creeper Keith Olbermann that he referred to him as a quasi-religious figure.
Yeah.
That's not a dude who could have gone and become Mr. Right-wing hilarious. Let me tell you something else before you play that video. I can pull the quote. But according to the narrative, Kevin Booth was Bill Hicks's very best friend. And when Kevin Booth's very best friend was 32 years old, he died tragically of pancreatic cancer. Kevin Booth has said, "Oh man, I think Alex Jones is way funnier than Bill ever was." Is that something you say about your best friend who died tragically of pancreatic cancer? I don't think so. But is it something you say about your best friend who just pulled the biggest prank of all time?
I mean, I get what you're saying, but again, not proof. You know what I mean? Like, but that's interesting. If I could see that quote or hear that quote, that'd be
There's something
interesting
else
to
I
me.
can show you.
Like to me, it's just like they have. Do you think Alex Jones's numbers and viewership and like the audience that he built was organic, or was he heavily promoted and like he gets a lot? He gets a lot of help, a lot of money, all these things. They could have done this with anybody. Like, why did they have to kill off somebody and create this new persona to do it with him? I feel like they could have done the same thing with
because
another clown.
Apparently, because he made a proposition to CBS that involved just this, and they said, "Will it have blank?" Which I don't know what that was. By the way, see if you can find. You go down that rabbit hole, John, and you see how diabolically suppressed this evidence is. Because I had to work my balls off to find all these clips. They're not easy to find, and they're always grainy. And when you actually go down the rabbit hole and go through the links, there is a concerted effort to scrub the internet of these things, way more than any other conspiracy theory I've ever seen. I think it has to do with Alex Jones being like one of the most important figures in the deception movement. He's a linchpin. He's necessary somehow.
It is kind of crazy how this guy was literally on air crying in June, saying the FBI was coming to knock on my door. It's my last stream ever. And he has been there ever since, every day. And he's done that multiple times since. When did he get into the supplement business?
Immediately.
Long time ago. Long time ago.
Instantly. He had a ready-to-go supplement business that was stood up for him by whoever he owns or owns him. But he just showed up at age 22 to become the leader of the conspiracy theory movement. Give me a fucking break.
Let me play this clip.
As a way to bring attention to the fact that we have all of these foreigners and the Russian government, the official Chinese government. Mao said political power goes out of the barrel of a gun. He killed about 80 million people because he's the only guy that had the guns. So we did it to point out that this is globalism. And I'm here to tell you, 1776 will commence again if you try to take our firearms. Doesn't matter how many lemmings you get out there on the street begging for them to have their guns taken. We will not relinquish them. Do you understand? That's why you're going to fail, and the establishment knows no matter how much propaganda, the Republic will rise again when you attempt to take our gun.
How many gun murders were there in Britain?
How many great white sharks?
No, how many
kill people every year, but they're scared to swim?
Right. How many gun murders were there in Britain?
A very low amount. I already went over those
How
statistics.
Many, do you know?
I was only a few hundred.
No. How many gun murders?
I actually did pull up the statistics. Here, let me pull them out right here. I figured you'd do that.
Gun murders.
Oh, wait.
Last
UK,
year.
violent crime, capital of Europe. London Telegraph. Here, let me give you more.
It's quite a simple question.
Well, that's the oldest.
You're very loud,
that's the oldest Perry Mason tactic to ask me some little factoid.
It's not a little factoid.
I already said earlier,
We're talking about
England has a lot lower gun crime rate because you took all the guns.
Let me try exactly
but
my
you've
point.
got hordes of people burning down cities and beating old women's brains out every day.
Let's try again. How many gun murders were there?
Oh, you're going to ban your fist now?
In Britain last year.
How many chimpanzees can dance on the head of a pin? I already went over those statistics.
Do you know the answer?
No, I don't.
You said hundreds.
It's very low.
You said hundreds.
Yes.
It's actually 35.
Well, the point is you can...
Against 11,000. Do you understand the difference between 11,000
Yeah, England
and
wants
35?
to ban knives now because tens of thousands are getting stabbed.
But do you understand
ban
the
knives?
difference?
The knife
between
doesn't kill people.
Do you understand?
The gun doesn't kill people.
Yes.
Listen,
do
you understand
between
you're not going to pull on America's
11,000?
heartstrings. They know your script, okay? You're not going to get our gun.
Wow.
At some point during that interview, he does challenge Pierce to a boxing match.
Sorry,
I'm going to show. Let's see. Do I have this? This is Milo talking to Roger Stone. Real quick, just for fun.
None of this is an act. He's a true believing patriot. He feels passionately about everything he talks about.
He is sincere. He means everything. And I think people were very desperate to get under the skin of that somehow and suggest that it's performance art because the alternative terrifies them.
Well, a law firm in New York City offered me $100,000 if I could get some of his DNA. They wanted to find out whether he was really a supposedly deceased comedian named Bill Hicks. I declined. None of this is.
Yeah, laugh it up, Chuckles.
Wow.
I can't believe somebody's willing to pay for that.
I was referring to Milo.
I know what you meant. I know what you meant. That's insane. That's absolutely insane.
How much money?
100K.
And Roger Stone turned it down, huh?
Yeah, geez, man. All it takes is a used coffee cup.
Unreal. I'm trying to find the actual part where he challenges him to the boxing match.
To be fair, Mike Rothschild offered me money for Badlands Financials. I'm just kidding.
Did he really? Oh,
no, fuck,
I was like, wouldn't surprise me. I'm waiting for him to rear his head again because, like, I feel like it's coming.
If he rears his head again, just go to John, and John will split the freaking kitty with you.
I mean, no, man. Like, I'm just saying, like, he's been awfully quiet on Badlands and Devolution ever since he did that thing with my divorce.
I think that he thought that was the final knife in your back. They have pushed us to a particular corner of the internet, and they know that there's no more damage that they can really do.
No, I think he knows he fucked up because if we ever come out on the other side of this thing, I feel like I have a lawsuit against that motherfucker.
Man, I would be exploring that, like before any statute of limitations run out.
These guys have a way of hiding their ability to pay for any judgments.
But that's what I'm saying. If we come through the other side of this thing, plus I need a lawyer. You know, I tried, getting the Cash Patel Foundation to, help with the lawsuit of that because that's like the whole point of his foundation. But
I never heard back from him either.
They refused to contact us. Anyway, that's what I'm saying. The other side of this thing. Okay, Patrick, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Yes, it's very compelling. You will not get me to admit on air. Yes.
It wouldn't be a show without a
do it up, man.
Do it.
I was gonna get that, but yeah, let's do it.
I want to talk to y'all about chlorophyll. Guys, chlorophyll is called nature's detoxifier. Bet you didn't know that. It's the green power of nature, and it's been bottled for your skin. Introducing Rainfall with virgin organic hemp seed oil rich in natural chlorophyll. Guys, I have switched out the golden hemp seed oil for the golden virgin organic hemp seed oil. It's been refined. They strained out all the chlorophyll, basically. So I put the chlorophyll back in, and guys, it's in here. It's not just for the plants. The reason behind hemp seed oil, vibrant green hue, it's just a powerhouse for your skin. This remarkable compound helps cleanse and soothe your skin, reducing redness and inflammation while also promoting cell regeneration. With chlorophyll, Rainfall deeply nourishes, leaving your skin refreshed, balanced, and with a healthy glow. Nature's green essence harnessed for your beauty routine. Experience Rainfall today and let the magic of chlorophyll bring your skin back to life. Go to tulipblooms.shop. Use promo code BADLANDS for 10% off. You get free shipping. And every single time you use that promo code, 25% of that sale goes directly into an account that pays Badlanders' salaries. Tulipblooms.shop, promo code Badlands.
That's chlorophyll, not chloroform, right?
Yes, look at that. And I do have to say, Patrick has great skin for a man who's 2 years older than I am.
And 12 years older than Alex Jones or something like that.
I am supposedly 2 years younger than Alex Jones, but really, come on, guys. I'm actually 14 years younger than that fucker.
Yeah, there's no way. He is not 2 years older than you?
Mm-hmm.
No way. Let me pull up like a recent thing he did.
Yeah, I never would have suspected that Alex Jones was only 4 years older than I was, like, all these years.
No way. There's no way. I mean, look at this guy.
57 golf.
Hold on. I'm gonna get a good one.
Oh, I've got a fucking good one. I got an awesome one that I saved just for this.
I just wanted to get one from like today,
Okay, well, this one is from like maybe a year ago.
And ivermectin, but he took them himself. I mean, you want to talk about a leader? This guy didn't just say, "I like this."
There's no way this guy is only 2 years older than you, Patrick. 4 years older than you.
And he's actually looking good compared to how he looked like a year ago.
He's looking good, but he's looks still older for sure, way older.
I mean, like he looks like he's in his early 60s.
Yeah.
Here's how I would put it. Is this man 49 years old?
I would say no.
Me either.
Gun to my head.
I would never put a gun to your head, John.
I know. I was trying to get Mrs. Bright to put a gun to BB's head last night, but she wouldn't do it. Well, but anyway, we got a bunch of rants we can go through.
Let's
Patrick,
do
do
it.
you want to hang out for that?
I do.
Because I feel like a lot of them are going to be related to this.
I think so too. People get triggered about this, by the way. They like their Alex Jones.
There's definitely people triggered tonight.
I don't understand the why of that.
I always trigger people on this show.
Real Red Pill 78 girl. Yeah, dude. There was somebody earlier who was like, John, I told you that I don't watch shows that Patrick's on. Like,
thank God you told us.
My
now
bad.
I know.
Had I not forgotten, we wouldn't have invited him here. Like, come on, guys. Real Red Pill 78 girlfriend says Alpha was my Badlands crush until I laid eyes on Patrick at guard.
That's right, Zach. She digs him bald.
She hasn't shut up about you since we got back.
Oh God, that's awesome. I love Lisa too.
I did until she left me out of that rant. Like, what the hell? Thanks,
God.
Lisa. Ball Shack says Green Star clip away, brother. Yes, maybe I shouldn't say anything, but he's gonna be clipping a lot more soon. He's busy on this personal life stuff, but we're gonna be getting him in the mix.
Quit teasing us, John.
Sorry. Keith O'Higgins, Richard Spencer endorsed Biden in 2020. Kamala denounced Trump's vaccines. 2 rock solid pillars to debunk the white supremacy science argument that timing meets hypocrisy for the lib side of it. It's an interesting point, Keith. Thank you. Space Wander 77. Will they steal it?
I think they're going to try.
They're going to try, and they're going to be foiled. My current thinking is that the pre-election investigations by the White Hats are going to cause the election to have to be shut down and run by the military.
Zach voted today.
I voted hard as fuck today.
Dude, I bet it was so hard when you voted today.
It was great.
My current theory is if they don't straight up steal it, okay, if they don't steal it, Trump wins. I bet Kamala Harris just flat out refuses to certify the thing.
I have definitely considered that as a realistic possibility. I agree with Patrick, though. I mean, people are paying attention this time, and all of the Democrat and the left narrative that election fraud doesn't exist, voter fraud doesn't exist. It's already been turned on its head because there have been ample results and evidence coming from states all across the country to show that it's happening right now, and people are taking note of it. And I think that it's not going to work.
We'll see. We're going to find out next week. By the way, you guys got to tune in for our election day coverage. It's going to be awesome. We got a great lineup so far. And Patrick, did you ever, I'll talk to you after, but yeah, tune in next Tuesday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, pretty much going all night. Going to have lots of Badlanders in the mix. And lots of outside guests as well.
10 a.m. press conference for Trump tomorrow. I think it's going to be important.
Yes, actually at Mar-a-Lago. Vita tried to send me to pass along an invitation to register, but by the time I clicked it, it was already filled.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll be covering it for sure tomorrow. So make sure you tune in for that as well. Keith O'Higgins, as a Rush caller and listener from the start, I have no problem with the smear that Rush was a gay man named Jeff Christie who hyped Con Inc. He never diddled kids or treated his audiences as kids. I've never heard that.
Yeah, that's a brand new one. Copy that.
Space Wanderer 77, communism in America, the downside for them. It's a whole new and very unpalatable flavor for Americans. Space Wanderer 77 again. AJ's a twat. I wholeheartedly agree. Jason G82, his full name is an anagram. Ensnare exclaimed Joker.
Alexander Emmerich Hicks.
Give me anagrams.
Space Wanderer 77. AJ looks like an incest baby, and his collars sound like carport babies. Mossad are disrespectful cunts, aren't they? Thank you, Space Wanderer. Keith Higgins, Bill Hicks, and Alex Jones don't have the same smile or T structure. Compare their smiles. It doesn't help the argument that Alex's dad is a dentist as well. Yes, we did include that. Keith Higgins' smiles show a nose job had to have been done as well. I mean, you said that, Patrick. There's likely some.
I began
some
with
minor
it.
plastic surgery.
I should have said it repeatedly throughout the story, but at the same time, I kind of count on you guys to think of these things on your own. I'm referring to the audience. I mean, come on.
I took direct offense. So.
It's the freaking intelligence agencies. They can cut somebody's face up a little bit.
Dare you? Space Wanderer 77. As much as I disagree with Patrick, this is one of those times I don't.
Glad you're here.
You could have just said, like, good job, compelling case, Patrick. But no, it's got to be, as much as I overall disagree with Patrick in life generally.
Well, I mean, to be fair, his name is Space Wanderer. I mean, that's pretty sacred.
Keith O'Higgins. Norm Macdonald is still alive in JD Vance's dreamy blue eyes. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. First I've heard that one.
Yeah, me too.
He totally schooled Jake Tapper.
Yeah,
That
was great.
Yeah, that was awesome. He's on fire. RPRN, Face Plus Plus, and Beta Face apps will compare facial measurements to determine if it is the same person. Also, there are other facial recognition apps.
Write it down.
Check that out. Yep. Oh shoot, I just lost my place. There we go. Final demand. Patrick got me again. I thought flat earthers were retarded. Now I'm one of them. I thought this theory was retarded, and I can't deny the truth of what I just saw. Please play the clip of AJ crying. If somebody wants to bring that up, I'm more than happily play that. Space Wanderer 77. Again, $50. Thank you, man. This is why AJ is speaking truth lately. Bill/AJ is trying to not get killed by CIA in the same vein as that fucking coward Tate and his faggot cocksucking brother. Fuck Andrew Tate and he's a trafficker. Okay, final demand.
I don't really understand all of that, but I loved all the cussing.
I mean, when you go back and look at clips of Andrew Tate talking about how he rose to prominence, I mean, he's talking about pimping out 15-year-old girls with pride.
Dude. Yeah, dude. He was a ridiculous, horrifying person who somehow or another is being cast as a right-wing hero, and it fucking pisses me off.
Yeah, I never listened to him, and I only ever heard about him on the periphery. And then when all of this human trafficking stuff came up, that's the only time I ever paid any attention.
Did I ever show you guys that clip of Andrew Tate and
talking about trannies?
Yeah.
How did I know?
Wonder if I got it here somewhere. Yeah, I do. Let me play this clip for you guys once it loads. So while I'm waiting for that to load, I'm gonna check our Badlands boosts quick. And we do have more rants too.
Okay. I did drop that Alex Jones crying clip in there.
Okay, awesome. Let's see here. What's the date today? October 28th?
28th.
Okay.
It's Quniversary.
Oh,
the anniversary of the first Q post.
Interesting.
2017.
October 28th.
October 28th. Yes.
Wow. Hey, good
awesome.
stuff.
Yep.
Boy, a whole bunch of deltas are taking place tomorrow.
I bet. Yeah.
Violet 43 on this is a Badlands boost says, love your show. I would appreciate a show on the Franklin Credit Union scandal, Omaha, Nebraska.
I think we might have done that already.
She says it's been mentioned in a few Badlands shows, but I don't think a show has been dedicated to it.
I feel like we did, but I mean, I'm not averse to doing it again. Or maybe it was just that we have talked about it on so many occasions, and it's just I'm conflating it with the idea of doing a dedicated show.
Yeah, we'll check that out, and if we haven't, maybe that's certainly one we can do. We still got to finish our Red Scarf Murderers series.
Yeah, we've got
also
about 3 more of those left.
I just want to point this out. Myrtle Beach coming up soon, about a week after the election, November 14th through the 17th. It's going to be a packed house. A lot of people are coming. If you can't make it but want to join in on the fun, you can get your virtual ticket, and it's almost as good as the real thing. We're going to try to make it as fantastic as we possibly can. But if you want to come to one in person, we have our schedule for 2025 out as well. So save these dates. You can join us in Vegas in March, in Plymouth, Massachusetts in May. Going to go back to Deadwood in August, and then back to Cocoa Beach, Florida in November. So gonna be awesome.
I can drive to that one.
By the way, I sometime when you guys feel like it, after you get done with your red scarves, I sure would love to do one with y'all on who the real Satoshi Nakamoto is.
Oh, did you happen to see that documentary that HBO just dropped?
No.
I mean, I figured that it was going to be bullshit, but I mean,
I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But I should check it out just for thoroughness.
Absolutely.
Okay.
But I know who Satoshi is.
Okay.
You do.
Cool.
Okay. If we do that though, oh boy, would you be
Do
open to G Money being on here too?
I'm not just open. Okay? I'm salivating.
I knew you would be. I just had to ask. Okay. Andrew Tate, guys. This is one of the promoted right-wing thought leaders recently. This is what he had to say not long ago.
Ignore the construction. I'm rebuilding my mansion. You'll see when it's done. We'll do an episode of Cribs. I had to get this area here. I bought my neighbor's house. I had to construct a specific area for the Bugatti. Anyway, that's all going to be lit up and shit. Bugatti logos. You broke boys don't know. Listen, I recently posted a question on Twitter asking, would you rather have sex with a transsexual, which is a legitimate 10, or a woman, which is a legitimate 1? And everyone's sitting there clicking woman, 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 because they think they're going to be gay if they do anything else, but they're not actually thinking about the question. I am so smart. I operate on so many levels higher than the average man. You people are not thinking about the question. When I say a 1 and a 10, I mean Megan Fox with a dick. That's the tranny. Or Hulk Hogan with a pussy. That's the girl. This is the question I'm asking. Megan Fox or Hulk Hogan? So you're thinking, well, I don't want to be gay, so I just clicked the girl, the number 1, did it? You're going to fuck Hulk Hogan? Okay, yeah, there's a pussy, but he's got mustache and muscles and shit. He's all hairy, big dude, 6'5". It's pretty gay to me. That sounds pretty gay. I don't care if it's a pussy. That is gay. Whereas Megan Fox, okay, he's got a dick, but maybe you can like scoot it out the way. I'm still Megan Fox. You know what I'm saying? At least she's small and shit. You can get your hand around her neck, mess her up. You ain't messing up Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan's gonna mess you up. So this is the question I'm asking. You need to operate on a higher plane. Think about this. This is important. This is cultural. This affects the world we now live in. What is straight? What is gay? It's all a big sliding spectrum, isn't it? Because if you're gonna sit here and go, oh no, it's gay to bang Megan Fox with a dick, I counter that argument. It's gay to bang Hulk Hogan with a pussy. So which one is it?
I would like to say that anybody banging anybody with a dick is gay. Like that.
I would like to say that I don't think that what he just said qualifies as being on a higher plane.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, you know, what level of enlightenment does this qualify as?
Thinking about dicks,
God,
pussies.
Yeah, that's Andrew Tate, everybody. And I haven't seen it as much, but for a stretch there, he was being heavily promoted by a lot of like even the Rumble people. Like it was weird. It was weird.
I mean, he definitely had a contract, and I mean, Candace Owens is still promoting him, which is, you know, baffling.
Jeez.
There's weirdness going on there. Okay, so listen, Candace Owens' husband and the Tate brothers are like friggin' this.
I think they have stuff on him.
I don't know what they have, but it's weird, man.
Is it like higher plane this?
Perhaps.
I mean, he's a British aristocrat, so like there's all kinds of blue blood weirdness going on there already.
Oh man,
It's kind of weird that he's a British aristocrat, but he's also Catholic. I guess I don't really know how it works.
Well, I mean, I think the majority of England is Church of England, and you've got like a segment, obviously, that are Catholic. I mean, they were Catholic until Henry VIII, and Church of England was just created out of the ether.
it's guys like Andrew Tate though that make me happy that we're not like in some of those circles. You know what I mean?
Get a shirt that fits too, dude. I mean, like, what is that?
Hey, we're just not as smart as him. We don't understand fashion.
In a higher plane.
Yeah, I certainly don't drive a Bugatti. So I guess
I would love to. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to drive a freaking Bugatti.
I mean, who wouldn't love to drive a Bugatti? But I mean, he's just such a prick. Like, broke boys don't get it. Oh yeah, I made so much money selling girls.
Yeah, selling girls.
Filthy. He's filthy.
Yeah. Why is he not in jail for that? That should be criminal.
He has been multiple
He's on house
times
arrest
in another country. Yeah.
Yeah, he will be.
By the way, guys, you can help Patrick own a Bugatti by buying some Rainfall.
Rainfall, guys, with chlorophyll. We just switched out the hemp seed oil for a more unrefined hemp seed oil. It's freaking awesome, guys.
Love it.
And you can help Red Pill get a yacht by using code Badlands or Red Pill. Just saying.
Red Pill. Good one.
$200 million
Badlands.
We got more.
On my channel, use Red Pill.
We got more.
Have me on your show, Zach. I'll sell some.
Ghost Smith 801 says Patrick may be right, but I've never heard Patrick speak the way he has tonight. Creepy.
I don't understand why. What was creepy?
I didn't think you were creepy, Patrick. For what it's worth,
it was the normal amount of creepiness. I thought it was fine.
Perfectly average level of Gunnel's creepy.
Perfect amount of balance between creep and ball.
Petty 429 says Red Pill Yacht Club.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Dude, by the year like 3,000,005, you're gonna have that yacht.
One of these days, it's like those memes of the left trying to get Trump.
You're gonna be the Titanic old lady on the yacht. Like, it's been 84 years.
Oh my god.
Truth Teller 86. This is the most spicy baseless conspiracies ever. Not one fake and gay comment. They didn't wait till the Andrew Tate part for that. Kind of disappointed though. Well, now you shouldn't be disappointed. I'll tell Bill Jones you said hi, Gunny. Them.
Hi.
All right. Melindy says, for me, it's not so much why as doesn't matter. It's baseless conspiracies. It matters for this show and this crowd.
It matters because of how suppressed it is, in my opinion. It's strangely suppressed. Like the powers that be have something way more riding on Alex Jones than we currently realize. That's what I believe, not what I can prove, but it's what I think.
Yeah. You can always get a window into the things that they don't want you to know about. Like when you can't find certain information, it certainly does help with the case that there's something there. Space Wander 77 says AJ's callers are the tell. Yeah.
I should look into that. I never watch him.
Future Objective. AJ was in the first film to animation movie Walking Life, released 2001. Here's the 2 minutes of his monologue.
Waking Life. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Waking Life.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty remarkable when it was made. I mean, it was the first time that like rotoscoping.
Richard Linklater is he related? Yeah, he wanted to work with Bill Hicks super duper bad, and then Bill Hicks died, and then of course Richard Linklater went and worked with Alex Jones.
Keith O'Higgins, Alex being called Bill is a nothing burger argument. Guys call other guys their doppelganger as a joke to bust balls. Zach looks like Edward Norton, the actor. To dog him, I'd call him Ed or Norton for fun.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Incredible.
Much better tan than Ed Norton.
I'm gonna start.
I'm easier to work with too.
I don't doubt it.
Buster Duster Cars. Remember when AJ had his big build-up to who Q was early on in the Q movement? He revealed it was a guy named Zach. That's the day when the real Q team and AJ's fake Q separated forever. Where's Briggs?
Yes, Alex Jones' own personal insider, Zach. Yeah, he turned out to be a Muslim private He was a nobody.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Faith and Freedom, Patrick, bravo. Excellent research and presentation this evening. I'm sold. Holy cow. There you go.
Yes. Mission accomplished.
Jason G82, Hendry documentary on Prime. It will help you understand talk radio.
Hendry? Like Phil Hendry?
Hendrie.
I love that dude.
Check
Phil
it out.
Hendry is awesome.
Check it
when
out.
He plays that dude who constantly says, I'm a gay man and a gay journalist, and causes callers to lose their shit because he's playing a character. God, I love it. Greatest greatest radio talk show troll of all time.
Keith O'Higgins, I heard the Mossad's use of their chloroform will give you a deep, gravely voice like Alex Jones, or just deep throat the deep state like Kamala. There you go, Keith O'Higgins. Thank you. Skywalker OG14. Patrick, in your email, you have a link to a clip that will make you laugh and explain Alex Jones. So you have to check that out, Patrick.
Yeah,
it's in your email.
Oh, sweet. Wait, who sent? Okay, got it. Oh, hello.
Am Boyer, love you, Patrick. Melindy, for those that are unfamiliar with Hicks, here's one of his signature bits. And I'll check. Maybe we'll close the show on this, depending how long it is. It's about 3 minutes. Yeah, we can close the show on that. Thanks for sending that over, Melindy. Space Watcher 77, he's such a fag. Space Wanderer 77, $50, man. You're on a roll tonight, Space Wanderer.
Thanks, dude.
The Doom of Andrew Tate is a series I want to see in 2025. I'm down with that. Space Wanderer 77 again. Here's the weirdness, friends. Cams in prostitution on demand. I smelled the underbelly of this world in 2018.
And it's only gotten worse.
Daniel 7. Patrick, what are your thoughts about DJT saying we will be going to Mars soon?
I think that he is totally going to purvey all sorts of SpaceX mythology, and there may be a land called Mars. It's just not a rock floating in a vacuum.
There you go. Keith O'Higgins says Candace Owen is the burnt version of Megyn Kelly, and after October 7th, Shapiro had to jettison her coincidentally.
You know something, guys? Candace Owens is my guilty pleasure.
I thought Scott Adams was your guilty pleasure.
Scott Adams is also my guilty pleasure, but Candace Owens is hot.
You're not allowed to have two guilty pleasures, though. So one,
yes, I am. What are you talking about?
He's allowed to indulge, John, if that's what he wants to do.
Okay,
it's his time.
It's his Bugatti.
I wish. I'm gonna get one, guys. Tulipblooms.shop for my Bugatti.
Ash 1776, and I see Ash says, does it matter? Is a denial response. Of course it matters. Truth matters. The impact of Alex Jones is massive. That was way better said than whatever I said.
Or whatever I said.
Or any of us said, yeah.
Yeah, that was the best answer. Does it matter?
Ash is brilliant.
Yes.
Well, careful. Let's not give her too much credit here. Just kidding.
I mean,
Yes,
she did
Ash is
beat the
brilliant.
state of Colorado. I'll give her that.
Kicked its ass. But it is Colorado. I mean,
and have you seen Jenna
Just
Griswold
Colorado.
lately? She's falling apart. The stress
falling
of
apart.
all of this. Oh my
Oh,
God.
God, she's just chowing down on raw cookie dough every day.
Yes, and retaining so much water.
Yep.
Lots
Yeah.
of salt, obviously.
Water retaining sea cow from hell.
Ash will be the primary host of our election day coverage. She'll be there, I think, a good chunk of the day, if not all the day. I don't even know. She's the one like organizing most of it, not all of it, and she'll probably be there for the whole darn thing. And she knows more about election stuff than I think anybody. So it's going to be great. But we'll all be in there at times. So
Has Ash voted yet? You can tell me in the chat.
No
certainly
way.
not as hard as you.
I think she's going to vote on election day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. Space Wanderer 77 says, stay gay. We certainly will try. And then Space Wanderer 77, Patrick loves Wolf Blitzer the most.
You guys got to check out that little clown on Celebrity Jeopardy. He's the dumbest little dwarf who's ever to live.
My favorite Wolf Blitzer clip. My favorite Wolf Blitzer clip of all time is when he threw up live on television.
What?
Yeah, you've never seen that? It wasn't all that long ago. It was kind of in the mix of the last 2 years when a bunch of different people were getting sick and passing out on live television, and Wolf Blitzer clearly throws up, like he's like like he's got like that sort of thing going on, and then they cut away, and then you can hear him retching in the background.
The argument that was offered by Trump's able lawyer, basically making the point that, well, Trump might be disqualified from holding office, but he's not disqualified from running for office. And if he were removed from the ballot in Colorado, as the Colorado Supreme Court found he should be, Congress might act in the meantime to exercise our 2/3 authority to remove the disability from Donald Trump.
I'm Paula Reed in Washington. Wolf.
Wolf had to step away.
Oh my gosh.
I love that clip so much.
I need more. Like,
Hold office, but he's not disqualified from running.
do you know how hard it would be like to hold that in? And like that's incredible that he did not throw up. But
no, it is.
You can clearly tell he throws up in his mouth.
I wonder if he had like a panic button. Like he's like, cut. Muffin.
Now I just feel really bad for him.
Oh,
don't feel bad for him.
No, I'm a very delicate.
So do they actually like, can you hear him?
Turn the sound on. Yeah.
Okay.
Trump. Now, that's obviously an extravagant hypothetical because we know there's not a 2/3 majority in Congress to remove his insurrectionist disability. But nonetheless, it's a fair legal point, and I do think the conservatives are congregating around it. If you do want to base this decision on hypotheticals, however, hypothetically, the state legislature.
You didn't hear that, Patrick?
What?
No, listen
really
I
carefully.
was
to
just
the background.
I was watching Real Red Pill 78 Girlfriend saying it makes me want to puke watching him chew it.
Listen to the background here, not of Raskin here speaking, but you can hear like it sounds like water or some puke. Okay, take a listen.
Nonetheless, it's a fair legal point, and I do think the conservatives are congregating around it. If you do want to base this decision on hypotheticals, however, hypothetically, the state legislature could still.
We're here to get your. Did you hear it?
No, but to be fair, I have kind of shitty sound set up right now because I still haven't installed my
congregating
speakers.
around.
It's right here.
You got to get headphones, Patrick.
I know. But no, I can't wear headphones.
You got to wear the right headphones.
Get these ones like I got.
Whoa.
In your monitors. Listen, it's literally this point right here. It's a very subtle. It sounds like somebody poured water on a table. Okay, ready?
They're congregating around it.
Yep, heard it.
And you can see Jamie Raskin's hair powder. Take a look.
That face. Oh, I want a statue of that face. That's so good. Anyway, can't believe I've never seen that before.
Oh God,
that was amazing.
Oh, I'm glad I could illuminate you all on that tonight.
And then Space Wander 7 says, if it's not tubing, I'm not viewing.
Come on, Muff.
Oh, all right. Okay. We're gonna end the show with the Bill Hicks. It's just a ride clip. It's about 3 minutes. So, Patrick, sir, thank you for joining.
Always a pleasure. Love this show. Love you guys.
Love you too, brother. Appreciate the conspiracy.
Zach, we'll see you next week. Yeah. Have a good night, everybody.
Night.
You've been fantastic, and I hope you enjoyed it. There is a point. Is there a point to all this? Let's find a point. Is there a point to my act? I would say there is. I have to. The world is like a ride at an amusement park, and when you choose to go on it, you think it's real because that's how powerful our minds are. And the ride goes up and down and round and round. It has thrills and chills, and it's very brightly colored, and it's very loud, and it's fun for a while. Some people have been on the ride for a long time, and they begin to question, is this real or is this just a ride? And other people have remembered, and they come back to us, and they say, hey, don't worry, don't be afraid, ever, because this is just a ride, and we
kill those people. Shut him up. We have a lot invested in this ride. Shut him up. Look at my furrows of worry. Look at my big bank account and my family. This has to be real. It's just a ride. But we always kill those good guys who try and tell us that. You ever notice that? And let the demons run amok? But it doesn't matter because it's just a ride. And we can change it anytime we want. It's only a choice. No effort, no work, no job, no savings of money. A choice right now between fear and love. The eyes of fear want you to put bigger locks on your door, buy guns, close yourself off. The eyes of love instead see all of us as one. Here's what we can do to change the world right now to a better ride. Take all that money we spend on weapons and defense each year and instead spend it feeding, clothing, and educating the poor of the world, which it would many times over, not one human being excluded, and we can explore space together, both inner and outer, forever in peace. Thank you very much. You've been great. I hope you enjoyed it. London, you're fantastic. Thank you. Thank you very much.